All right, hi guys, and welcome to this live stream. I'm so excited to be here. I honestly am going to I don't actually know how live this is going to be just because there's a few settings that I still have to figure out, obviously, but I still want to show up and do this for you, so here we are. Okay, so essentially with these weekly wellness live streams, I do have a massive goal with this, and that is to assist you in becoming a really awesome conscious leader in your own life. And it's the fact that wellness is holistic and it is really the bedrock of your entire life. And so what I want to do is emphasize the deep importance of taking care of yourself and taking ownership. So today we're going to be going through and breaking down how you can find and determine your core values. I thought this was an extremely important topic to talk about, especially in during that time where the world is really shifting in so many ways. And I know, generally speaking, our lives have shifted, at least if not physically, our lives kind of feel different in general. And that's why the process of identifying your unique personal values and really shifting your life to actually begin living those core values is so important and really has a ripple effect out to impact your friends, your family, and then ultimately society. So that is the importance of it. So we're going to be going over what are core values, why are they important, and then also how to determine what your core values are, and then how to actually begin living by them. So let's start with what the heck are core values anyways. So core values are principles or values that you literally anchor into your life and into who you are. And then once they are part of who you are, it really changes the way that you start to live your life. And this is because it is so easy to find ourselves dissatisfied in life and feeling disconnected, and it's really, the fact is that we don't often know why or what's actually wrong or what's causing us to be unhappy. We aren't able to actually pinpoint it a lot of times. And this is often because we are so bombarded with societal goals and making 6 figures a year or making $1 million or getting that nice car, buying that nice house, getting 1 million followers, all of these societal goals we're so bombarded with. And often it's so consuming that it really drowns out who you really are or who we really are and what actually fulfills us. So this is where core values comes in. This is really the starting point, and the starting point to really ground yourself into a life that is actually fulfilling you. So then let's jump into how to actually determine what your values are or what your core values are. So we're going to go through an exercise, and you can grab out a pen and paper. You can pause this if you want or whatever, and you can open up the notes app in your phone or whatever you want. Or ultimately, you can also revisit this when you do have more time to think about it. But let's just go through it together. Let's have a sip of water. Okay, so the first is writing down 3 peak experiences of your life. And it's really what experiences have been most fulfilling to you in your entire life? What highlights in your life? And something to be aware of when thinking of peak experiences is not confusing them with not confusing what actually fulfills you versus what society presents or approves as a peak highlight or peak experience of your life. And it could be really quiet moments. It could be a moment with friends or your mom or your dog or or it could be something that you're doing or somewhere you went or anything like that. It's totally unique to you, so who knows what it could actually be. So once you can kind of determine or think of like at least 3 main moments in your life where you felt really fulfilled or you felt like you were truly yourself, you just felt like really, really you. Once you can kind of outline those, you then look at those peak experiences that you've written down, and you notice any kind of values that are apparent in each of them. So I'm going to share a bunch of super dope values that you can connect to. You might be able to connect to them. They're super cool, so I think you will. And this might help you a lot. So let me just grab them here. Yeah, these are really, really amazing core values, and this is where it can actually help you decide what is important to you at a very deep level. So things such as acceptance, adaptability, awareness, balance, compassion, calmness, community, creativity, discipline, empathy, freedom, gratitude, happiness, health, humility, innovation, knowledge, leadership, love, moderation, peace, or purpose. So there's like 22 different really dope purpose or values, okay? So with those, if any of those stood out to you in particular, you can go ahead and jot them down. But from there, what you want to do is really hone in a list of 3 to 5 values that you really, really deeply connect to and that really motivates you from your core. And I think that's kind of a way you could look at core values is by the feeling that you have when you think of a certain value. It really should be like deep within your core that it drives you. It drives you from your core. So once you kind of determine those, I'll give you an example here. It then comes down to applying this to your life. I think this is the hardest part. So it's so easy to be like this, like, I don't know. It's so easy to just say that you have a certain affirmation that you're going to say every single day, or you're going to have your core values and there you go. But then the difficult part is always actually implementing it and actually having it become part of who you are. And that's the difficult part, at least that's what I found for myself. And so here's an example, and a good example of what this could look like is like when you do wake up in the morning, you recite your 3 core values. And for example, you could say something like, today I'm living with creativity, awareness, and compassionate leadership. And this can extend to literally every single activity or thing that you do during your day. You can literally ask yourself, am I being creative? Am I being aware? Am I being a compassionate leader? And you can put them anywhere. You can put it on a Post-it note, you can print it out, frame it on your wall to help you kind of remember that. But it's like reciting them also, because repetition is an extremely effective way to rewire your brain. And yeah, that's literally how it becomes a part of who you are and a part of how you make decisions in your life. And I think from there you start seeing how your decisions become a lot more focused, because you then make decisions based on what you actually value in life and what actually will ultimately bring you satisfaction and fulfillment, which is very, very drastic than just going for, I want a fancy car or I want $1 million or whatever it is. Like, that's a very outside goal. It doesn't have an emotional attachment to it. So I hope this is very helpful, or at least I don't think it will be helpful until you actually implement it. So leave a comment with your chosen core values. By leaving a comment, it really helps ingrain it in yourself that those are your core values and that you value those things. And it also helps encourage other people to choose theirs. So give this a like if you did like it and you found value from it. And thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.